Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. Rivers State is still bubbling, and interestingly, the way the executive chairman of Obio local government area is handling land grabbers, it's worth celebrating. The video you're about to watch actually, the history of it is dated back to when Wike was still the governor of the state, and Iho seemed to have fixed the issue. Now, according to him, in his speech, he said that he had responded to an SOS call by resident of Royal Estate at Sas Road, Obio local government area of Rivers State, over an attempt by one Douglas, aka Don Wazaro, to use officers of the police to take their estate from them. Now, listen to the details. I will be back to talk about this issue and also consider some reaction from resident of Obio local government area.
Okay, my name is Udoka Eje, a member of Royal Estate. I happen to be the coordinator of Road 1, Royal Estate. In the past 3 years or so, we began to notice the presence of one Douglas Ibianyetiango, aka Don Waziro. He comes in as a Don and began to forcefully take over people's lands and properties. He claimed that he owned a land mass that spans over an entire community, which would also include our entire estate. While we tried to resist him, he went to trump up charges of murder, terrorism, forcibly entry, assault, using that to arrest people and immediately sent to prison. So originally we didn't know where his police formation came from. At some point, we noticed a police formation or unit that was described as Don Police, the Don Police. When we tried to inquire, we found out that they were just a faceless formation who was being led by one then acting OC Legal of the state CID. His name is Sekbe. So when we got the IG notified, he instructed the then CP of River State, the Olachuni Disu, to investigate this murder. Sorry, this trumped up charges. And then the CP directed the state CID to investigate this. The DC state CID handed this case over to one CSP Ade. This CSP Ade did a thorough job. She concluded or investigated and found out that there was no such case of murder or attempted murder, and that the corpse he claimed was his own or was his boy's own was murdered or killed somewhere at Uniport, Choba, where we stay is Sas Road. I don't know what linked Sas Road with Choba. That case was concluded. The then OC Lega was also petitioned by the estate, of conniving with criminals. Then the CP got him investigated and found out that it wasn't just our case alone. This man was found to be criminally. This then acting OC Lega was found to be criminally, and then was thrown away from River State Command. So we thought that all this had been solved. Only just last week, Thursday, this Sekpe led some police officers from where we do not know came to our estate with a list of over 200 people to be arrested. For what petition or what charge we do not know. We did not know. He eventually arrested 2 widows. Immediately took them to magistrate court 21. I don't know how they managed to arrange with the magistrates and remanded these people in prison. We have gone there. There is no charge against these women. A couple of people before this recent activity, we could count about 10 persons who have been sent to prison illegally through some arranged magistrates. Yes, eventually we got, even with the influence of the CJ, we got these people released eventually without any charge. We are calling on the Obio Council chairman to intervene in this matter, saying that the Royal Estate is situated within the Obio Council. We want him to intervene and say that this criminal act is nipped to the bud and stop, so that the place can continue to develop. The Obio Council will continue to generate revenue.
We got information, I think that was yesterday night when I got the call, and I have decided to visit the site to see for myself. First, I want to say that as a local government, we will not allow such kind of acts within our territory. So, and I'm going to speak into action. So I want to also assure the residents who are living here that they should go home and sleep, and that the said man who call himself Don, or whatever he calls himself, immediately after that, I will speak into action on how to immediately get him arrested. And I want to say that the Nigerian police force should be blamed in what is happening in our state. They are aiding these people who are causing crisis, and people are clapping for the police force. They sit down, go to the police station, cook up a fake information, give to the police, start arresting people, harassing people who have built us for over 10 years. And the question is, when they are building houses, we have this state man. Where was it? So, as a local government council, we won't tolerate that in our vicinity. I've said it. I also said that those who are doing real estate, before you bring any machine in any part of the world, we must take approval from the council. So, this estate will stand. Those who are living here should remain here. No one man can come from anywhere to say here belongs to him. It's not possible. You can see massive building. People are living here. You can see that a lot of houses are here. So, someone can just come and claim that he owns this place. So, I want to appeal to them to sorry for the embarrassment, and henceforth it won't happen again. So I also want to appeal to the Commissioner of Police and other sister security agencies to wake up in their duty, not to allow people to use them, in destroying people's property. You can't say this thing without the Nigerian police force. I must tell you that. What we'll do is we're going to write to the Commissioner of Police. We need to provide security for these people. I also use internal. I'll also call my security. They really provide security, internal security for them from our council, to make sure that nobody enters here to do anything. Anybody who comes here will arrest a person, no matter who you are. I want to also call on the police, University Police Command. They should not be used by people who want to destroy our state. How can somebody just come begin to form people, arresting widows, charging them to court for without any offense? What is their offense? There's no offense. So I want to also call on those who are also trying to do what these people are doing. That don't be able to for them who won't tolerate that kind of act again.
All right, welcome back. This is quite exciting, I must say. The way the executive governor of Obio local government is handling issues in his domain clearly shows that he wants to fully be in charge. My colleagues in the house, and we want to talk about this. What's the standpoint on that particular scenario where one man wants to claim the whole land, the whole estate, and all of that, and the fact that here the executive chairman of Obio local government is rising up to the occasion?
Well, if you listen to the story carefully, you realize that it didn't start from the dispensation of Fubara. It actually started from the days and the time of a Yeson weekend.
That's true, because they said 3 years ago.
Now, when you say 3 years ago, that means at that period, such situations are like norms. They are normal. It's not, in fact, when that happens, you just go and pray to God. You go to church or you go to mosques, depending on which of the region you are living in, and you ask the Lord to just do that which only Him can do. And it has become such that, they didn't have a way around it. But ever since dispensation of Fubara and the emergence of Ihenwo, they have seen how Ihenwo have been listening to SOS, listening to their calls, and so to speak, they started breaking the backbone of godfatherism. If not, most times some of these guys who own, lands, it doesn't take them rocket science. Within the space of 2-3 months, your land is revoked. And all of a sudden, you are now taking your case to God Almighty, whom alone that can do it at His own time. But right now, such things are no longer visible. You don't see that happening often. Those who own their houses now enjoy their houses. That's what Senator Obio was saying the other time, that now they move land grabbing from rivers now to Port Harcourt. But there's still some, there will always be the loose ends, who still believe that, according to the young man, you heard from the horse's mouth, where he said that he comes in as the dawn, saying that the whole land belongs to him. And when this kind of thing, that's where he will like this kind of thing. Yeah. Bring it, come out, give me proof. I will take it up. Yeah. This issue of the market square to the marketplace still have issue. Ugirigba market, he was still on it, yes. And it's ensuring that no one takes that land, and it's carrying the governor along on that matter. So if you watch, the matter is back and forth, but obviously it's still with the people. Now with this one, he wants to know who is there. In fact, he wants to apologize to the residents. Say, please go and sleep. It's not an issue.
Oh my God!
When I heard that part,
he handles issues. I'm telling you.
When I heard that part, it gives me joy. Go and sleep. In fact, I want to apologize for even look at the houses have been built. Which done? Which of the done you own? Which where? These are the things that needs to be uprooted, because I honestly hope that the Rivers people will see this and continue and have a mandate of continuity, so that they will get a robust river state where they can actually uproot godfatherism and uproot this done thing that has been happening, so that when the next person comes, there's land grabbing. Yes, when the next person comes, he now sees that there's a standard that has been set, exactly. Such that even if he decides to go against it, the people who have tasted the good meal wouldn't want to go back to the dark old age. Exactly. So if you ask me, of course, from what I'm seeing right now, even Obio will want even this guy back, because it's like a man who swings to action, and he understands the assignment. He knows that there's still some, guys who still want to, shrink and shuffle, rule of law. So he wants to go in there to ensure that he takes real care of the situation on ground.
All right. Now, there's something very interesting they talked about this issue of some group of policemen who are out to be doing all of that show. And I love the fact that the person who was given that responsibility of investigating it did a great job, and only to uncover these guys that these guys are not part of it. What do you think the police should do at this point to ensure that those kind of things do not repeat itself? Because unfortunately, those kind of miscreants are around. Some of them are in the police, some of them are not in the police, but they leverage on the fact that there's one person who's like a godfather paying their bills and all of that, and then at the snap of the finger, they arrive and begin to do their evil plot.
It's a big one. It's a big one for the police to handle, but it's not impossible, because of course in every organization there will always be a Judas. There will always be that person who wouldn't mind collecting bribes here and there. But it's now left for the forces, the Nigerian police force, to do their internal investigation. And each time situations and investigation, and each time evidences like this come out, they should do their internal investigation and thoroughly, do their necessary punishment if need be. If they need, it depends on the weightiness of, because I really don't know how to do their stuff. Depending on the weightiness of their allegation, they can decide to strip him of the job totally. Exactly. And ensure that if for any reason is caught in any crime, he may be sentenced to life imprisonment, just depending on, because it takes a lot. The images are being battered daily by such people like this. Exactly. And it must be recovered again.
All right, that's what we'd like to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section and talk more on this. What's the standpoint?